Aloha everybody! Happy Tuesday evening from here on the big island of Hawaii. I wanted to share with you what I have going on in the kitchen this week, but before I get there, I wanted to start by giving a really huge thank you to all of you who have supported me over the last couple of days. When I first posted the last video I did over the weekend to my Vegan Chickpea and my personal page, I just got an outpour of encouragement and love and support for doing my first live video, and I can't even tell you how much that has meant to me to get your love and support with this. So it got me really excited to do another video and to keep up with this. I'm in the kitchen anyway, so it's really fun for me to be able to feel like I'm not alone and to share this experience with those of you watching this from home. So what do we have going on this week? First, I'll share with you one of my snacks that I made. These are homemade granola bars. It's super easy. You literally just mix together whatever nuts you want, so a couple cups of, in this case, almonds and pecans. And then I added raisins and flax seeds, and just a little bit, about a quarter cup of a liquid sweetener of your choice. And then mix it all up and you bake it for 35 minutes. Oh, and there's also a little almond butter in there for some extra sweetness. So super healthy and clean and great protein snack. I also made these homemade crackers. Again, really easy, super clean and healthy, way healthier than typically what you're going to find in the store. What you do is, again, you mix together about a cup's worth of different seeds and nuts. So in this case I use flax seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and toasted sesame seeds. And then you mix that with water and whatever seasonings you want. So I made two different batches. One is more Italian flavored, so I use thyme and rosemary, and then the other one has more of a Asian taste, I guess, if you will. It has some coconut aminos, which is a soy-less version of soy sauce, so kind of like tamari or soy sauce. And actually mixed in some nutritional yeast in there just to try that out and give it a little bit of a cheesy taste. And I added some dried basil too. So those are really good with hummus, or what I'm making to go with them is a tomato walnut pate. So I'm just blending in some walnuts and some dried tomatoes, olive oil, and a bunch of basil in the food processor, and also nutritional yeast, one of my favorite ingredients. And then that makes this nice raw pate, so it's really refreshing and a super healthy dip if you're wanting to change things up if you get a little tired of hummus all the time. Alright, so next I have this broccoli soup that I'm making. It's not quite done, but let me show you. Here, I'll bring you to me. So, there's the broccoli soup. It's not in its final stages. Right now it's broccoli, carrots, onions, and celery sauteed and then mixed with some vegetable broth, coconut oil, and coconut milk from the can, and almond milk. And again, nutritional yeast and some salt, pepper, garlic, and then all I'm going to do now that it's soft is I'm going to take the immersion blender, or you can also use a Vitamix or a Blendtec to blend it up to your desired consistency. So I really like mine with a little bit of chunkiness to it. You might like yours really smooth, but it's up to you how you make it. And what I love is that it's super creamy and you would never even know that there's no dairy or cheese in it. I've fed this to my family before, my parents, brother, sister, brother-in-law, and they're all like, wow, if you didn't tell me that this was a vegan version of a creamy soup, then I wouldn't have known. So I love it because you're not missing out on anything, and it's way healthier than the typical cream of broccoli soup. I like to top mine with some roasted broccoli, so I just pulled this out of the oven. It has salt, pepper, and garlic powder on it, and that's it. Roasted so it gets nice and crispy, and then I usually put some hemp seeds or toasted pumpkin seeds on top of my soup as well, and it would be great with these crackers. Okay, so this is my most exciting thing to show you today. Dun da da! This is a raw chocolate avocado mousse pie. Wow! So I want to thank my friend Saifan for giving us an abundance of avocados yesterday that inspired this pie. I had no plan to make it, but she was saying, you should make a chocolate avocado pie. And I go, that's a really good idea. So your wish is my command, and here's the pie. Haven't tried it yet, but it looks really amazing. And again, raw ingredients, so very super easy to make. The crust has dates and some nuts in it, and then you just give that a whirl in the food processor, press it into the pan, and then you blend some cashews, avocado, cacao, a little bit of sweetener, sea salt, and maybe one other thing. I can let you know in the comments below because I am not remembering in this moment, but you just blend that together, and that is the filling, and I sprinkled some shredded coconut on top. So really excited to try that tonight. Finally, the last thing I wanted to share with you tonight is a plan that I have for dinner for tomorrow that I'm doing some prep for tonight. So, this is a spaghetti squash. If you're not familiar with it, it's really abundant in the fall, and the thing is, though, if you live in Europe, I'm not sure if you have them over there. When I lived in the Netherlands last year, I thought I found spaghetti squash, was really excited, got home from the store to find out that it was a melon, and it didn't smell very good, and I was confused. I thought I just bought a rotting squash, and it took me another try of buying the melon again to realize that, nope, it was a melon and not squash. So what can you do? That's what happens when you live in a foreign country where you can't speak the language or read it at the store. So now that I'm in the States, I'm excited to have my spaghetti squash back. Again, really easy. You just cut it in half, put some olive oil on it, and put it face down on a baking sheet for I think about an hour, and then when you pull it out, you just take a fork and you scoop out the insides, and it's these little strands of squash that look like spaghetti, and then you can dress them up however you want. So I'm going to make a homemade pesto, which again you can easily make vegan by leaving out the dairy, with a bunch of basil, of course, and you don't need to use pine nuts because they are pretty expensive, so you can use either walnuts or cashews, of course olive oil, garlic, again, some nutritional yeast. You see a theme here with that ingredient in my home. And yeah, you just give that a roll in the food processor. You can also add arugula if you'd like for a little bit of spice, which I enjoy, or if you want to throw in some spinach or kale, then you can also get some extra nutrients in your pesto. So that was my plan, is to mix the pesto with the squash, and then add some caramelized red onions, mushrooms, peppers, and for protein I'm going to add in some green peas and also some marinated chickpeas. So easy to get your protein too without having to eat any animal products. Okay, well, that's it for tonight. I see Kimberly just joined. Hi, Kimberly. I'm just winding down for tonight, but thank you for being here live. That's really exciting, and I hope to have more of you live in the future. So have a wonderful evening. Aloha.